Welcome to the Upstate CFO Council. This organization was founded in 2019 by Robert Bendetti in order to provide a networking and educational forum for senior financial executives to share best practices, to discuss current financial issues, and to learn about current topics related to the performance of their job.
Kim, good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Good morning.
Kim is the VP and CFO at the Mary Black Foundation, and I looked that up. Kim, is that a grant-making organization in the Upstate focused on active living and healthy eating?
It is.
What a worthy cause. What an awesome organization. I'm glad that you are supporting that organization in their mission. Well done. And Kim, before that, I think that you were a tax partner at a CPA practice and also got your undergrad in accounting from Columbia College and an MBA in tax from USC. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes. Master's in tax. Yes.
And you are a certified public accountant. I think you are married with 4 kids?
I am. Yes.
And I don't know if this is true. Sometimes I find information out on people and it's the wrong Kim. But I think maybe you were in CPA practice with your husband?
Yes. Yes.
Wow. And still, that's the same husband that you're married to. That is a strong marriage. Wow. Well done. Is he also an accountant and a CPA, or was he your clerk?
Yeah, he's also a CPA.
Well, that must be an exciting. Do you guys do the budget together, your own personal budget, and then argue as whether or not you take it to the 10th or the 100th?
Yeah, he handles the budget, and we typically argue because I go over it. And so we got out of CPA practice, having a firm together, and we sold it. And he does wealth management advisement now, and I work at the foundation. So there's life after CPA
Amen.
practice.
Amen. Well, Kim, let's get into it. Question number 1. What is your favorite business book and why?
I would have to pick Mindset by Carol Dweck. I actually got the book. It was actually recommended to me as kind of a parenting tool. And then I quickly realized that it had applications that went far beyond just parenting. So it's really been good for me, actually, in how I praise my children. You know, the tendency was to be, oh, you got all A's, you're so smart, instead of saying, oh, I really like how you persevered through that project and look at the grade you got for it, that hard work. So it really has changed my mindset on how to praise my children. And also it really spoke to me that I was kind of stuck in this fixed ability mindset versus changeable ability. And so we have a tendency to put ourselves in our own box. And this has helped me grow out of that box and look at mistakes not as failures, but as opportunities. So I think it's a really a good book for that purpose.
I'm going to check that out. I haven't gotten that one recommended before. Well done.
Yeah.
Question number 2. What is the best advice that you have ever received?
The best advice I ever received, I probably came to me about 20 years ago. And, you know, as women, we want it all. We want the career, we want not only the family, but we want to make sure that we are taking our kids to soccer games and attending everything they have going on at school. And we want to be great advocates for our community and you know, just, we want it all, successful career, everything. And I do think that there's a time and a season for everything. And that was how it was kind of put to me. But you don't have to have it all at one time. And so that's been really good advice for me, is just kind of, okay, what season am I in? What do I need? What are my priorities right now? And it kind of lets yourself off the hook, knowing you don't have to do it all the time.
I like that. I like that idea. You can have it all, but maybe just not all at the same time. And we're all in different seasons at different times. Ooh, I like that. Good job. Kim's bringing it strong. Question number 3. what is a tool that you've recently started using or a habit that you've recently picked up that you have found beneficial?
I would have two tools or habits, I guess. One is a tool, one's a habit, and I'd like to highlight one's a coaching tool to help develop your team, and it's just putting time on your calendar once a month for 1 hour, and it gives you one-on-one time with your employee, and they get one-on-one time with their supervisor, which is often very rare. And you just go over things of like, what's your current projects? What are your future projects? And do you see any challenges in getting the work done? And how do you foresee fixing that challenge? What are you most proud of accomplishing? And you talk about whether or not you need any, if they need any tools or resources to get the work done for the month, or what, are they having trouble remoting in? Do you need to get IT involved? Is there a printer need to be replaced or maintained? So it's just things like that. And then you have kind of things for follow up, and then the next month you follow up on those items. But just having that time on a consistent basis allows you to really hone in on any issues that your team may have, and head any problems off at when it's happening, and not waiting till the end of the year when you have an evaluation that you're hitting them up with. So that's a tool. It's free. And again, it's something that is not new, but that I have used for a long time. And I tell everybody I know that's in a leadership position, that's something they should be doing. And then a habit that I've just started doing, is not something I created, but we are very lucky. Our organization gives us 30 minutes of exercise time a day. And so using that time to just step away, being intentional about some self-care and not just working so hard to the point you get run down. Just step away and take a walk outside and get a little bit different perspective and some fresh air.
That is awesome. What a cool benefit. It totally makes sense with the mission that your organization has, that you would literally walk the walk. But that is really awesome. And I think that there's a real benefit to getting the juices flowing. Having a change of scenery can be very creative, and literally bring new ideas because your blood is flowing properly. So that is a really awesome idea. And I also love the idea of a frequent huddle. While you were talking, I was thinking, when I was a kid and I played sports, it's not like the coach waited to the end of the season to give us some tips or tricks, or to help us in areas we needed to improve. So it'd be kind of stupid for us to have just an annual review. What a great habit that you are so disciplined about having a monthly huddle on your calendar to talk about wins and losses and what resources are necessary. Because I thought, while you were talking, I was thinking, man, you could go a whole 2 months, 3 months, and some employee is battling something they don't need to be battling because they just don't have a tool or resource, and they don't know who to ask. So great job, Kim. All right. Question number 4. What is the best part of your current job?
Wow. I think it's being part of an organization that seeks to better our community. I mean, to feel like I play a part in moving the needle, in whether it be in health or education, or funding organizations that, help people with addiction, or I mean, it's just so cool to be part of something like that.
Kim, what is something personal that you wouldn't mind sharing about yourself with the rest of the CFO Council members?
I have picked up cycling in the last few years. I love to road bike. In fact, when I turned 50, I did 50 miles in Charleston. It was nice and flat, so I could do that. But it's just a great way to spend some time with my husband. He also cycles, and I have one child left at home. She's 12, and we just got her a road bike. So we like to look for opportunities to get out.
Wow, 50 miles. That is no joke. Well done. Question number 6, last question. It happened so fast. Kim, what is something I should have asked you that I didn't, and what is your answer to that?
Wow, I've really thought about this question, and wondered if I should just go out on a limb. It's not so much of what you should ask me, but kind of a challenge I would like to put out to my financial peers. And if 2020 has taught us anything, it's that we still live in a world where discrimination still happens. And we are in a unique position to be gatekeepers for our organization. And so I'm challenging us to look at not only our teams, but the leaderships in our organizations and who we choose to do business with to see if there's a common theme or color involved there. And if so, maybe we should step back and look at those policies or practices and figure out, is there a way to throw our net out a little bit broader than what we have been doing? And it might be also a time to look at ourselves internally to see if there's anything that we're doing unintentionally even that might be perpetuating the issue.
Great call to action, Kim. Oh, I think that is awesome. And I think that one way to do that might be that we as leaders could mentor others, maybe coming up in the profession, and maybe looking to those underrepresented areas to be mentors too. And then, like yourself, you work at a great organization, but I also know, because I internet stalked you, that you volunteer your time in the community. And that's another great way to open up your aperture, open up your network, maybe volunteer in an underserved area in a different community that maybe you normally network with. And then boom, you've got a brand new network and new spheres of influence and people influencing you. And I love it, Kim. Great call to action and way to close us today. Thank you so much for doing this. I loved it. This was great.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.